Dear friends, the Finance Minister has presented the budget for the year 2021-22. Earlier, when there is a budget presented, there used to be a lot of euphoria, lot of expectations, because those days the railway fare, whether it is going to go up or it will get reduced, whether the taxes are going to be increased or reduced, whether the petrol prices are going to go up, diesel prices, the gas prices. So there used to be a lot of expectation from the budget those days. But today, there is a change. In the name of administrative prices, the petroleum prices are increased periodically, railway fares are also increased periodically, the concessions given to the railway passengers, especially the senior citizens, physically challenged, all that has been withdrawn in the name of pandemic, and these are not now touching the budget at all. And after the GST, the tax regime has also undergone a drastic change. So budget nowadays is bereft of great expectations. However, this year budget, many economists are saying, many trade unionists are saying that this is a sell India budget. Is it correct? Why people are saying like that? The focal theme of the budget seems to be privatizing everything which is with the government. It is quoted that government has no business to be in the business. If we see the business which they are talking about, say banking sector, that is a service. Railway, it is a service. Education, it is service. And if all these services are going to be abandoned by the government in the name of business, then what for there is a government is a question. Now if we go into the details of the budget, the finance minister has announced the highlights of the disinvestment policy, which says that there will be only 4 sectors which are called the strategic sector, which will remain with the government, that also with a very minimum presence. What are these sectors? Number one, these sectors which they have announced in the name of Atmanirbhar, but which is bereft of the Atma of the budget. It is giving up everything with the government, and they have classified the public sector undertakings and public services into strategic and non-strategic. And what is the strategic and what is non-strategic has been specified. That only 4 sectors will remain with the government now, and the rest will be called the non-strategic sector. The non-strategic sector, whatever the public sector undertakings or enterprises are there, they are going to be either disinvested, privatized, or closed. Subsequently, the finance secretary has made a statement that 151 public sector enterprises are going to be either privatized or closed. So that is the decision the government has taken. Now coming to the strategic sector, what are the strategic sector? They have classified into 4. One is atomic energy, space and defense clubbed together. Second is transport and communications. Third is power, petroleum, coal and other minerals clubbed together. And the fourth is banking, insurance and financial services. So this is the strategic sector they are talking about, and ultimately in a statement they have said that even in this strategic sector, in the statement of the finance minister in the budget speech says that there will be a bare minimum presence. Subsequently, they have said that there will be one company. So if in the banking sector, there is going to be only one public sector bank. In space, there is going to be only one organization. In defense, there is going to be only one organization. Like that, if they are going to have only a tokenistic presence, everything is going to be sold out to the private sector. And you can imagine who is this private sector. This budget very clearly states that out of the 12 major ports in the country, 7 ports are going to be privatized under the PPP, Public-Private Partnership model, where actually private never invests anything, everything is taken from the public, either public sector banks or from the government. And you can understand who is going to be the beneficiary of that. They have also announced a new deep ocean policy mission. For that, certain amount has been allotted. Similarly, shipping, they are going have announced that there will be certain subsidy. Is it not very clear that this is just to benefit the Adani Group, which already owns 7 airports, which were remaining with the government? Now it is handed over to them. And they already have a presence in many of the ports. And they already have 2 ships already operating also. So this is the way in which an oligarch is created, an oligarch is benefited, and the budget, without any hesitation, without any even camouflage, openly is talking about privatization of the public sector undertakings and the public services. Similarly, there is an announcement of an creation of an independent gas transport operator, and 1,500 crores has been allotted for digital literacy, and also funding is allotted for creating a fintech hub at Gujarat. Do we have any doubt that who is going to benefit out of this? Is it not Mukesh Ambani Group which is going to get benefit out of this? So in the privatization policy, which has become the policy document of the government of India, there is a open declaration that we are on a selling free. There subsequently also, finance minister has made a statement that people are criticizing that we are selling the family silver. No doubt. Public sector is the family silver. It cannot be sold like this. She is saying that we want to strengthen it. By selling everything, how do you strengthen something? I don't understand at all. And she is saying that we have been having the socialistic baggage which has affected the business. And her finance secretary has announced that capitalism has many upsets often, and we should have those upsets. So what does he mean by upset for this country? Does he mean that the same 2008 financial crisis should come to our country also? If you look at this way the budget has been presented and the focus which has shifted towards privatization, definitely this government is going to lead us to a financial crisis. Already RBI does not have fund. Everything is forced on the banking sector, that you give more loans. But the same banks are now going to be privatized. From 27 public sector banks, it came down to 20 and now it is 12. And even here, 2 banks are going to be sold this year itself. So ultimately, there might be 1 public sector bank remaining. The rest all will get privatized, and From my analysis, the privatization effort, the target what they have fixed is 1 lakh crores from the selling of two banks. So if we look at the market capitalization, it is going to be Punjab National Bank and Bank of Baroda or State Bank of India, certain percentage of share of State Bank of India and one more bank. Because State Bank of India has a market capitalization of more than 3 lakh crore, but already 40% of its shareholding is with private sector. That is only 60% is with government. So if government wants to sell another 11% and make it a private sector bank, that is very easy, and they can realize the target what they have proposed. So this danger is there, and if that is going to happen, what is the benefit for the common man? Already in the name of non-performing assets, the bank charges, service charges, minimum balance charges, everything is increased. And now access to credit itself will become very difficult. Rather, common man will not have access to credit. Let it be agriculture loan or small industries loan, small traders loan, housing loan or education loan or self-employment loan. All these are given only by the public sector banks. And if you are going to privatize them, those private banks are only going to look for profit. And they will not be lending to startups and whatever Stand-up India scheme and all. They are not going to look at, because they want immediate return out of the investment they make. And we have seen even the private sector banks, they are not managed well. We have seen Chanda Kochar with ICCI, Shikha Sharma with Axis Bank, and now HDFC is also having a lot of crisis. Those are not well managed banks. Whereas the public sector banks have been managed very well, except that because of the policy changes, focusing more on the credit to larger businesses, the NPA has increased. There are ways and means to correct it. Course correction is possible. Indian Bank, which was a loss-making bank, is now continuously making profit because they changed their focus from corporate lending to retail lending. So there are examples within the country itself. But instead of that, if we are going to sell the public sector banks to private, they are going to make profit and they are not going to provide access to credit for the common man. The majority in this country will be dependent on the non-banking financial companies or fintech companies, and they will not have cheaper credit what is available today. Similarly, now they have announced that the life insurance of the Corporation of India is going to be put on sale, starting with the initial public offer. They are going to calculate the price for the share and they will be selling it. And they are also changing the present norms that foreign investment in insurance, which is restricted to 49%, will be increased to 74%. So any foreign insurance company can come into the country and take over Life Insurance Corporation of India. Life Insurance Corporation of India caters to 40 crore customers. The public sector banks cater to 80 crore customers. The LIC is the only company in the world which gives back 95% of its profit as bonus to the policy holders. All policy holders are getting more than the policy value because of the profit flowed back to them in the name of bonus. Will a private sector insurance do that? Once LIC is privatized, will that continue? It will never continue. LIC today is contributing 1/3 of the finance plan, 5-year plan. It is providing fund, taking it from the common man and providing to the government for spending for their projects. And that Life Insurance Corporation of India, for which only 5 crore was invested by the government of India and which presently has a asset value of 34 lakh crores, is also going to be privatized. And Madam has also said that all the assets, land, buildings with the public sector and government will be monetized and they will be put on sale, including sports stadiums will be put on sale. So this government is going to sell everything means a question comes, what for we need a government? What for we have to pay taxes? Did we elect this government for selling the assets of the nation? The assets built over a period of 74 years through the tax paid, indirect tax and direct tax paid by you and me and all the citizens of this country is a big question. It's time we stand up, analyze, look at what is happening around and join with the trade unions, civil society, people's movements to protect the constitution, which had assured that it will be a welfare state, and this privatization is going to end that welfare system, welfare state concept. So we have to stand up and fight. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.